is the way to teach reading, based on a lot of evidence from Scotland, from the United States, from Australia, that that was the most effective way to teach children to read. So we changed the law to require it. We changed the teacher training so that all primary school teachers could only qualify if they could teach reading in that way. And we introduced a test of 6-year-olds called a phonics screening check of 40 simple words to make sure that the school was teaching phonics and to make sure that no child slipped through the net still struggling with reading. And I think now if you visit a primary school in England, you will see every primary school using phonics in the teaching of reading. And I know it works because when we introduced the test, 58% of 6-year-olds passed. Just before COVID in 2019, 82% passed. And in the international survey, the performance in international reading literacy, England has risen from 19th in the world in 2006 to 4th in the world in the most recent survey. We were beaten by Singapore, Hong Kong and Russia. So the Times of London headlined that England's students are the best in the West. So we were very pleased by that. We were also worried about mathematics. We were declining in those international tables in mathematics. We started off when PISA, this is the OECD's survey, first published their results of the maths ability of 15-year-olds around the world. We were 8th in the world. But each of the 3 years afterwards, we went from 8th down to 29th, to 28th in the world by 2009. So something was going wrong. So we looked at the countries at the top of PISA in maths, Singapore, Hong Kong, Shanghai, and we adopted their methods and we brought them into our English national curriculum. And as a consequence of those reforms, we have risen to 11th in the world in the PISA in mathematics. So our children are not at the top with Singapore and Hong Kong, but we're rising up those rankings. So it's also a very pleasing reform. We were also worried about knowledge.